and please take a seat.
Welcome to this meeting of the Rochester City Council, the last one for 2019. The meeting will come to order and the clerk will call the roll.
Councilmember Evans.
Present.
Gruber. Councilmember here. Councilmember Reed.
Here.
Councilmember Spa. President Scott.
Listen to the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under with for all.
Well, Cliff. Remember talking. She knew Andrea since she was in college. Then I knew her, Councilmember Clifford, when she was in college. On behalf of the Northwest Council, appreciate it. Please.
When her mother, Ellen Clifford, was sworn in as Rochester City Clerk. A 10th Ward girl at heart, Molly comes from a server for two her family on the
as a lot. This Molly served the North for 4 personality herself and said she always we highlighted the Northwest or coffee members that wins brought her side. And
whereas a servant leader with a passion for advocacy, Councilmember Clifford has been an important voice pushing for inclusivity and support and be a more conscious and
time my see working came back as of frustration, even stepping in as an interim parking director. In her career, Molly has taken on every challenge with a sense of purpose, vigor, always aiming to get the job done.
Working as her time advocate member at Rochester, based and for independent
Where and for understand is strong. She wants to find a that has allowed her to ask thoughtful questions and be effective as a city council member. And
whereas my not only post member, also where she was. Molly is to filming below. Be the two daughters, the city of Hope Theater, and in serve, but good make home. There, Vice President Willie J. Lightfoot and council members Malik D. Evans, Mitch Gruber, Lachey D. Harris, Jacqueline A. Patty Lane, City of Plan, 17, be the thanks. Council.
Thank you. Please, we have run but thank Scott Council for recognition here. It's definitely a bit of melancholy as I start out on the new adventure, but most of all, I think to sister watch miss people. I pursue great situation, and the wonderful of it. You know, it was 30 years have been has been a wonderful journey, and with times to say, let's let some younger, newer people come in and do the work. And I'm so grateful and so confident that we have young people in a I know the city is well. I will you all show. I just want knowledge that I would have to be on last all and hope and all for family and and I will be and be a great person.
Move that like that also due to an unplanned. Thank you, sir. Goodbye. Would Martin soon you come to the along with Light Warren Eve Singletary?
Department as a officer 1790 2000 was promoted the department hired 2000 various changes showing probe investigation temporarily assigned to the DEA on a full-time basis. During his employment in the Rochester Police Department, Investigator Patterson also served in the military in the U.S. Department of the Army. Investigator several for his stellar performance. 5 peace awards, officer award. He also an agency, including the Attorney Department of and the Council. Of a here with the investigator devoted. Touch me. Congratulations. Best wishes on your retirement. Thank you.
Just like to thank the Lord for giving me all the opportunities to do this, and many people that I was able to help serve. Parents taught us well how to put ourselves out there in front and lead from the front. Sorry for my little underdress. Still in the military. Troops. We all have Chris and happy. So.
Okay. All right. Would Ramik Hill, Matt Oaks, and Lydell Weatherspoon please join Mayor Warren, me, and Vice President Lightfoot at the podium?
It's a very special day, of course, as women who aided in saving Officer Denny Wright's life. We want to tell you thank you from the bottom of our hearts on behalf of this officer. You saw the need, you ran in, you stepped up, and we know that Officer Wright is possibly here today because of the work that you all did. And we want to tell you that we truly, truly appreciate you, and we want to recognize you as both the mayor and city council for stepping in and stepping up on behalf of our Rochester Police Department and Officer Denny Wright. That give and we'll read it together. That has for you as well. When Lynn Wither woke up on October 4th, he thought it would be like any other day, but something different was in store for him. Something that would change his life and the lives of others forever. Unexpectedly, Mr. Witherspoon heard shouts for assistance coming from a nearby house. The shouts were from RPD officer Dennison Wright. Female spoons to not away. Take quick and enter themselves bravely immediately after I'm
Near mess. Oddly, can have Peck and a 37 Peck Street. Rather than ignore the situation, he kept an eye on the activity there. Mr. Oaks then heard the two women come out of the house yelling for help, and he heard someone say that there was an officer there. Oaks with a me of Peck. On incident, saw wounded from attack. And his body. The right will give me the right to the leg person at then in reading the person until our ride, helping interest and
another was Ramake. Ramike Hill, a mail carrier with the U.S. Postal Service who was delivering mail along his route where also heard one of the house he shut off. He too himself inside the house. Mr. The officer was seriously injured. He didn't officer further officer instead after regard distress bravery by the individual. Officer Dennison Wright, who was bravely trying to resolve a family dispute, and in turn the three Good Samaritans, Lydell Witherspoon, Matt Oakes, for making life injured Officer Wright. The city of recognizes these who are safety action, self-justice example. Is action often influence the city of Rochester community office whether Hill make a in our now there we live more in Rochester. President do hereby proclaim December 17th, 2019 to be Lydell Witherspoon, Matt Oakes, and Ramike Hill Day in the city.
You know, it's a great days. Government people do things. And we do what we do each and every day as for city employees. Had it not been for your actions on the morning of October 4th, and you standing in the gap, waiting till additional officers arrive, we could be standing here talking about a different set of circumstances. And each of you clearly put the safety of over yourself. To just about safety, your I think. Good guys with up here. I'm that and all back was taken out and all that's what about return because we do the thing are and with that being my daughter is right now my child. I've raised her and tried to, instill good values in her and, and good deeds. And for it to come full circle for me to be in this position after she was in it a while back, it's a joy. Okay, and I want to love in the very
say that I'm grateful for being able to be in the right place at the right time to lend a hand. I thank the Lord for the courage and the action that He instilled in the three of us to enter into a situation that is much worse. I also want to say that I very much admire the tenacity of Officer Wright in such a difficult and life-threatening situation. And to Officer Wright, just want to let you know that my wife and I are still praying for your eyes. Thank you.
I just want to say thank you for everybody. For the life by be the in the world and yourself to just do today. I just want to say moving forward. If you want to say something, help.
Thank you. Next, we have the approval of minutes by
Resolved. The regular was two sheet.
in favor.
Aye.
The motion carries.
Document received by refund erroneous 2019. The council submits disclosure of interest forms from Councilmember Harris on introductory number 395.
Okay. It's time for presentation and reference of petitions. The other case.
To the administration from the Youth League request their equal weight in the Northeast. Request that Plaza North Clinton offer annual game international, and there are 3,300 signatures.
And 800 signatures on
And
the
800
first
on the other,
petition.
yes.
Thank you. Those petitions will be received and filed. Now let's move to the reports of standing committees and action thereon. Councilmember Evans, the Finance Committee report, please.
Thank you, Madam President, and to the council. Happy holidays, everyone. The Finance Committee recommends for adoption the following entitled legislation. Introductory number 387, authorizing an amendatory agreement for a rental vacancy study. Introductory number 388, authorizing an amendatory agreement with Tyler Technologies, Inc. Introductory number 389, authorizing an agreement for state lobbying services. Number 3, authorizing Inc. Administration. Life Insurance of America Plan Service. Introductory number 392, authorizing an agreement with Lifetime Benefit Solutions, Inc. for the administration of flexible benefit plans. Introductory number 393, authorizing an agreement with MVP Healthcare, Inc. for COBRA administration services. And introductory number 394, authorizing administrative tax cancellations and refunds of $1,000 or less for 2020. And introductory number 395, a local law amending the charter of the City of Rochester with respect to the budget requirements for the city school district. This report was respectfully submitted by Council Members Molly Clifford, Michael A. Patterson, Vice President Willie J. Lightfoot, President Loretta C. Scott, and myself, Council Member Malik Evans.
Thank you, Councilmember Evans. That report will be received, filed, and published, and we'll proceed with the vote. Introductory number 387, legislation for an amendatory agreement for a rental vacancy study. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 8-0. Introductory number 388, legislation for an amendatory agreement with Tyler Technologies. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 8-0. Introductory number 389, legislation for state lobbying services. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 8-0. Introductory number 390, legislation for an agreement with MVP for health insurance administration services. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 8-0. Introductory number 391, legislation for an agreement with Guardian for dental plan administration services. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 8-0. Introductory number 392, legislation for an agreement with Lifetime Benefit Solutions for the administration of flexible benefit plans. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 8-0. Introductory number 393, legislation for an agreement with MVP for COBRA administration services. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 8-0. Introductory number 394, legislation authorizing administrative tax cancellations or refunds of $1,000 or less for 2020. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 8-0. Introductory number 395, a local law amending the city charter with respect to budget requirements for the city school district. All in favor? This requires a roll call.
Councilmember Clifford?
Yes.
Councilmember Evans?
Yes.
Councilmember Gruber?
Yes.
Councilmember Harris?
Abstain.
Councilmember Ortiz?
Yes.
Councilmember Patterson?
Yes.
Councilmember Spall? Vice President Lightfoot?
Yes.
President Scott?
Yes. Motion passes 7-0-1. Councilmember Patterson, the
Business Development Committee recommends for adoption the following entitled legislation. Introductory number 396, authorizing the sale of real estate and amending ordinance number 2016-359. Introductory number 397, authorizing funding and agreements for the 2019 Lead Hazard Control Program as amended. Introductory number 398, authorizing agreement with NextCorps, Inc. for economic development services. Introductory 9, authorizing number for 2 Main Street. Please, self person, member D. Jacqueline Ortiz, Council Vice President Willie J. Lightfoot, and Council President Loretta C. Scott.
Thank you, Councilmember Patterson. That report will be received, filed, and published, and we'll proceed with the vote. Introductory number 396, sale of 9 properties and amending introductory number 2016-359. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 8-0. Introductory number 397, as amended, legislation for 2019 Lead Hazard Control Grant Program. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 8-0. Introductory number 398, legislation for an agreement with 390 legislation greater favor opposed. Motion 8. Number 4, legislation lease 100 Main Street. All say aye. Opposed, carry 0. Report.
President, to the Council, the Parks and Public Works Committee recommends for adoption the following entitled legislation. Introductory number 401, authorizing reimbursement agreement for an abandonment of areaway at 23 to 27 East Main Street. Introductory number 404, accepting a donation for the Patton Street Boat Launch Project. Introductory number 405, authorizing the implementation and funding in the first instance 100% of the federal aid and state Marchicelli program aid eligible costs of the Pedestrian Safety Action Plan Phase 3 Transportation Federal Aid Project and appropriating funds therefor. Introductory number 406, approving funds for the Rundle Library Structural Terrace Improvements Phase 4 project. Introductory number 407, bond ordinance of the City of Rochester, New York, authorizing the issuance of $1,070,000 bonds of said city to finance the costs of the Rundle Library's Structural Terrace Improvements Phase 4 project. Introductory number 410, authorizing agreements for motor vehicle collision repair services. Introductory number 411, authorizing agreements for an environmental workforce development and job training program. Introductory number 418, authorizing an application and agreement for the Resiliency and Economic Development Initiative as amended. The Parks and Public Works Committee recommends for consideration the following entitled legislation. Introductory number 402, authorizing pavement width changes and the acquisition of property takings for the Mount Hope Avenue Phase 2 improvement project. Introductory number 403, amending the official map by abandoning an unnamed alley located off of Wiley Street between Canal Street and Litchfield Street. Introductory number 408, determinations and findings relating to the acquisition of a permanent easement in furtherance of the West River Wall project. And finally, introductory number 409, authorization or permanent furtherance of the West River Wall project as amended. As submitted, for all President Scott.
Thank you, Councilmember Gruber. That report will be received, filed, and published, and we'll proceed with the vote. Introductory number 401, legislation for the abandonment of Area 27. Please. Introductory to the Mount Phase. On say aye. Number 3, legislation for an amendment of a all in please say 80. Introductory the Patton Street Boat Launch Project. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 8-0. Introductory number 405, legislation for the Pedestrian Safety Action Plan, Phase 3 project. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say 8-0. Introductory 406, legislation for the library project. Please say nay. Introductory number 407, bond fund Rundle Harrison Phase 4.
Councilmember Evans, Councilmember Harris, Councilmember Patterson,
Yes.
Councilmember Spall, Vice President Lightfoot, President Scott.
Yes. Motion carries 8-0. Introductory number 408, legislation relating to the acquisition of a permanent easement in furtherance of the West River Wall project. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 8-0. Introductory number 409, as amended, legislation authorizing the acquisition or condemnation of a permanent easement in furtherance of the West River Wall project. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 8-0. Introductory number 410, legislation for collision repair services. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 8-0. Introductory number 411, legislation for an environmental workforce development and job program.
Aye.
Carries 8. Number 4, amended economic Development initiative. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries 8-0. Vice President Lightfoot, the Public Safety, Youth, and Recreation Committee report, please.
Thank you, Madam President. To the Council, the Public Safety, Youth, and Recreation Committee recommends for adoption the following legislation. Introductory number 412, authorizing agreement and funding for the Comprehensive Adolescent Pregnancy Prevention Program. Introductory number 413, authorizing agreement for recreation program for the soft coordinated grant authorizing road fire introductory 16 appropriate purchase dog 14 service of people pleasing development micro grant program. This respectively submitted by Councilmember Mitch Gruber, Councilwoman LaShaye D. Harris, Councilwoman Jacqueline Ortiz, Council President Loresty Scott, and myself, Council Vice President Willie J. Lightfoot.
Thank you for that. And for intensive pregnancy program. Please. For legislation program. Carries. Introductory number 15. Motion is 8-0. Introductory number 415, an intermunicipal agreement with Monroe County for firearms instructions. All in favor, please say aye. All those number purchase 9 in favor, say nay. Legislation for the favor, nay. Miscellaneous business city. Hearing like work done here. It's been amazing. It's been amazing. It's been amazing. Thank you for missing you. Every holiday.
All right. Song. Really, this is